Such a feel-good moment. Unless you're a Democrat, apparently. Leftist lawmakers last night could hardly bring themselves to stand during that patriotic moment. Only about half or so celebrating Team USA.
They, along with the liberal media, might be infected with men's hockey derangement syndrome. Check out some of these crazy headlines villainizing the gold medal winners. One outlet calling out the ugly underbelly of this hype. The Athletic writing this: the U.S. men's Olympic hockey team won gold and then lost the room. The Guardian also had a meltdown over proximity to Trump.
But hold on, there's more. The HuffPost claiming the video of men's hockey team returning to the U.S. is so bad, it's almost hard to watch. And USA Today went even further, saying the team, quote, utterly failed to meet the cultural moment. Ooh.
Vox even dropped this monstrosity: the highlights and lowlights of the 2026 Winter Olympics, naturally calling our men's gold medal winner losers while deeming Eileen Gu as a winner.
All right, joining us now, Fox News contributor Brett Cooper. Brett, nice to have you on the program. I do not know how to explain this, except these people are miserable. What do you think?
No, they really are. I don't know if you guys saw, but there was another article out of HuffPost, and it was talking about psychologists and therapists and how they have to hold space with their clients for conflicting feelings about supporting sports teams when you might not be supporting the players or their values. And it's like reading this and going, like, is our society really that mentally ill that we have to hold space for our feelings about sports teams? But apparently, based on those headlines that you just read, that certainly is our society.
It's such a sad statement and reflection on society. I don't know about you, Brett, but was not a big hockey fan before, but I knew about this game on Sunday. My husband was keeping an eye on it. We knew it was going well. It was exciting in the final moments. I brought my kids in because I wanted to see this.
Because you're an American,
remember it. It's about being competitive. It's about the sport. Whatever happened to that spirit of just being the best and the top of your game and fighting for a win? Isn't that what this is about?
Yes, no, exactly. And I think that's what a lot of people have been talking about since the beginning of the Olympics, when so many athletes were trying to make it political. And I think what we've just seen in the virality of the Olympics and what people are really responding to is normal Americans, not radical leftists, just like normal everyday Americans like you and me who wanted to sit down in front of the TV and support excellence and support Team USA. We loved it when these athletes just left their politics at the door. I don't care who you voted for. I just want to see you perform and do your best and celebrate this amazing country and be part of an amazing team. And that is what the Team USA hockey guys did. And they excelled. They won. And us beating Canada, both on the men's team and the women's team, that should be a unifying moment for America. But obviously, it can't be. There are literally people online, I don't know if you've seen this, but there are leftists online on Reddit saying that the U.S. men's hockey team should be stripped of their medals because they went to the White House. Like, that is how far they're taking this.
And I would say they're even taking it a step further, because the left is also obsessed with Eileen Gu, who of course is the skier who literally betrayed the United States in choosing to represent China, despite the fact she's an American citizen. I believe she was raised here in the United States.
She went to Stanford. She got all the benefits of a life in the United States, but she makes big bucks in China, Brett. And so she goes over there and makes money. And the left says, oh, what a hero. We love moneymakers all of a sudden.
Yeah, no, of course. Well, they are, the Democratic Socialists of America. It's no wonder that they would love communist China and an athlete going over there and joining them. But it really is indicative of the cultural climate that we are currently living in. Like, they are supporting an arrogant American skier who is, renouncing, her country, that is, poo-pooing us, and they are turning their backs on these amazing men, regardless of their political stance, simply because they took a phone call from Trump, because they showed up to the White House, which is a normal thing that, people all across sports do when you have a big win, whether it's the Philadelphia Eagles or it's the Chiefs or it is the U.S. hockey team. Like, that is a normal thing. But because they did that, they are now scorned and they deserve to have their medals taken away. It is just crazy.
There's only one policy proposal President Trump missed in his speech last night. no member of that hockey team should ever have to pay for their own drink in America ever again. You think we can make that happen?
Idea.
What do you say, Brett? You in for that?
Sounds amazing. I'm on board. I'll chip in.
Brett Cooper, awesome stuff. Good to see you tonight. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right.